Good evening, everyone, and welcome to our Team Frankensensible team night. I hope that everybody has had a fantastic week so far. And tonight we're going to be talking about our new comp plan and also the Pure Perks program. I do request that as we're going through this tonight that you jot down any questions that you may have and hold on to them until towards the end of the call so that we can just go through the slides smoothly and answer all of the questions at the end of the call. So I'm Liz Gray. I am a presidential founder with Purely, and I have with me here tonight Miss Shirley Klontz and Miss Tanya Muckenthaler, and I think Alan will be joining us upstairs on the other computer shortly. So we will go ahead and get started. Tonight we're going to cover several things. We're going to try to move pretty quickly. We've got a lot of slides to cover, but we're going to go through the summary comp plan. We're going to go through the advisor, director, and ambassador phases. We'll talk about our transition plan. We'll talk about the CAR program and the Pure Perks, and then we'll have our question and answer session. So moving right along, our summary comp plan is the introduction that you share to people whenever you're initially talking to them about the opportunity. So this is just a brief overview that tells people how they can earn with Purely. So basically, the 3 paragraphs talk about the 3 ways that you can earn money with Purely. And those 3 ways are selling, building a team, and with leadership. So with the selling part, the first part of the summary comp plan says, when you share our products with others, not only will you help them improve their lives, you'll also earn up to 35% on everything that you sell to those customers. The things that we have that support this part of the summary comp plan are our products, our parties, and our Pure Perks program. For the building a team portion of the summary explanation, it says, as you introduce our products to others, you will find that some people may want to do what you're doing. Those individuals make great team members, and you can earn up to 9% on the sales of the people below you through 4 levels. And the things that we have in place as a company to help support you in building a team are our free kits, the Move tool, and the Quan, which teaches you how to structure your team for best success. For the third part is leadership, and the leadership paragraph reads, when your team grows and you help others to do what you are doing, you may become a leader and earn a percentage on the sales of the team that develops below you. And the things that we have in place as a company to support the leadership phase are Quantum 6. We have a Turbo Infinity bonus in the advisor level, as well as, ambassador level. I'm sorry, y'all. My brain is not here. It is the ambassador level. We're all advisors. Anyway, we have Quantum 6, Turbo Infinity bonus, and we also have a new CAR program in place too. And we'll go into more detail in that here shortly. So the beautiful thing about our summary explanation is that it follows the 3 phases of our career guide. And those 3 phases are advisor, director, and ambassador. So let's dive into advisor and talk about phase 1 on your career path to success with Purely. We have some goals set forward for everybody that is at the advisor rank. And those goals are to be active every month, to sell and recruit, to become a platinum advisor in your first full 4 months. And when you become a platinum advisor, you will earn a $100 advancement bonus. That's cash money paid to you in your commission check when you reach platinum advisor. This slide talks about the advisor phase. This tells you the PV that's required to be considered active for each phase of the advisor level. This also tells you the team volume that you'll need to reach that particular rank, how many legs you need to have in order to reach that rank as well. So as you can see, if you want to be a silver advisor, you need to have personal volume of 300 and you need to have 2 active legs. Again, if you guys have any questions about these as we're going through them, please jot them down and we will have a Q&A session at the end. The commissions that you can earn at the advisor level start at 2% at rep, and they go up to 5% at gold advisor on level 1. And at platinum advisor, you add another level, you go up to 6% on level 1, and you add 2% at your level 2. And that's for your team commissions. This talks about the bonuses that you can earn at the advisor rank. So as you can see, starting at gold advisor, you will earn a 5% enrollment bonus on people that you bring into the company. Now that is going to apply only when you have someone that you've brought into the company that you've moved into depth that's not on your first level. So say I brought in Joy and I leave Joy on my first level. I would not get this advisor or this enrollment bonus, but I would still earn the levels commission on her. Now, say that I decided to move Joy down under Tanya. Well, because Joy is no longer on my first level, I will begin earning that 5% enrollment bonus on her. So we start earning that enrollment bonus at Gold Advisor. And then at Platinum Advisor, we get also an advancement bonus of $100. Now that has a sponsor match. So if you bring someone into the company and they hit Platinum Advisor, then they will get $100 and you will also get $100 as their sponsor. So that really shows that it's going to be beneficial to work with the people that you bring into the company to help them advance in rank. So we have 2 paydays a month now. The 15th is going to be on your personal commission on any sales that you've made from the 1st to the 15th of the month. And then we'll get paid our second pay date of each month on the 31st. And that's going to be on your personal commission from the 15th to the 31st, plus any team commissions and bonuses that you may earn that month as well. We also do still have the bump in commissions. So when you sell more, you earn more. At $800 to $1,599, you will get an additional 5% on your personal sales. So that means that instead of 25% on your personal sales, you'll earn your 30%. And then at $1,600 and above, you'll earn an extra 10%. So you would be earning 35% on your personal sales at $1,600 in sales each month. Okay, moving right along. For the director phase, this is phase 2 on the career path to success. The goals that we have set forth for us at the director level are to keep doing what you're doing, to teach
Hey, sweetheart,
what?
do you want to let people ask questions at the end of each phase so that it's fresh? Because there's a lot of sections.
Yeah, we can do that. I'll move back and we will stay there and we can go ahead and take questions on the advisor rank. So can you field the questions for me, Alan? Because I can't read anything that's being typed in.
Yep, absolutely. So, does anyone have any questions on the advisor level? please feel free to unmute yourself or to go ahead and type it into the chat. Okay.
Can you guys hear me?
Oh. Yeah, Amanda.
Okay, I have a question as far as earning on our team. Do we earn bonuses? I know we earn commission, but do we earn bonuses on people who are gifted to us?
Yes. So you earn based on the placement under you. So
Okay.
if you have, if you brought 2 people into the company and they're both directly under you, and you've been gifted a person, all 3 of those people will be paid the same for you.
Okay,
The
thank
only
you.
difference is that the person who is gifted to you, you will not get.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear what you said about that.
Liz, can you mute while he's barking, please?
I can, but I'm going to have to go back out to this thing. Hang on a second.
Okay, Amanda. Sorry. So yeah, you earn bonuses based on the placement, so based on the structure that's built under you. So whether or not you have sponsored people or if they've been placed under you, you get paid the same on them. The only difference is when the enrollment bonus kicks in.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, I think that's it for questions on Advisor. So everybody's happy. Everybody knows what they're doing. Oh, Cara, yes, you have a question. You can go ahead and unmute and ask if you like, or you can type it in and I can read it out.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So with getting the 2 paydays a month, like on the first section of the payday from the 1st to the 15th, do you have to meet a certain amount to get paid during that each pay period, or if you don't meet the amount until say the end of the month, will you still get paid for the full month on the second pay on the 31st?
That's right. So say for example, your rank that you're aiming for has a threshold of $200. If you sell 100 in days 1 to 15, and then a further 100 in days 15 to 31, you'll get paid on the whole $200. It's just that it will be at the end of the month rather than at the start, at the end of the first period.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
That was a great question.
Okie dokie. There's no more questions in the chat window.
Okay. Am I unmuted? Can you hear me okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Moving right along to Director then. So, the goals of Director are going to be to keep doing what you're doing, to teach others to do what you've done already, to become Executive Director, and to earn a $500 bonus when you reach Executive Director. So here you see the 3 phases of Director with their personal volume requirements to reach that rank. You can also see the team volume required to reach that rank, the leg numbers or the leg count that you need, how many legs you need. And then you'll see here it also adds in titled legs. So as you can see in the leg count, it will say for Team Director, you need 2 titled legs and 3 active legs. So if you look down at the next row down, it shows you titled legs. Those 2 titled legs that you have need to be silver advisors in order for you to reach Team Director. I hope that makes sense for everyone. So be sure that you keep a check on the titled legs that are required for each rank so that you don't miss your rank because you don't have the titled legs you need. At the Director level, you can see you still make your 25% or 30 or 35% based on your sales volume each month. However, your level 1 commissions have continued to go up. At director, you make 7% level 1 commission. At team director, you make 8% level 1 commission. And at executive director, you make 9%. Starting at team director, you get paid on 3 levels. And then at executive director, you start earning on 4 levels. We still have the same 5% enrollment bonus. Again, it's only applies if the person that you've enrolled has been moved and is no longer on your first level. However, you do also get your advancement bonus of $500 at the executive director level with an upline match. Now, that upline match goes to the next executive director or higher above you. Okay, let's take some questions on the director phase. Does anyone have any questions about the director phase? Okay, well, do we have anybody, Alan?
There's no questions, but I just wanted to expand a little bit on that advancement bonus.
Okay.
So say Annie sponsors both Betty and Cindy and places Cindy under Betty. Well, when Cindy hits executive director, if Betty is also executive director or above, it's Betty that's going to get that matching bonus rather than Annie who sponsored them. And the reason for that is because as an executive director, you are managing your team, you're taking care of the people under you, you're doing the work of teaching them how to get out there and party and share perks with people and enroll them. And really, you're the person who's been working with that other person rather than just the original sponsor. So that's a really, it's really neat the way it rewards the closest executive director upline because they're working very closely and hard with that person.
Thank you for adding that, Alan.
You're welcome. There's no questions in the chat box.
Okay, fantastic. Well, we'll just move right along then. Okay, our third phase on the career path to success with Purely is the ambassador phase. The goals for ambassador are to identify, I'm sorry, hang on a second. I apologize. The dog is, can you push him off the couch? Come here. Sorry, guys. All right. So, I apologize for getting a little cracked up there for a minute at our dog. Okay. The first goal at Ambassador is to identify and promote leaders within your organization, to lead your business, to reach the car bonus, and to earn an advancement bonus at every single ambassador level. Okay, so here are our ambassador levels. Again, the personal volume to rank up has capped out. The only thing that's going to continue to increase from this point on is the team volume required to hit each rank. Again, we have our leg count, and underneath the leg count, it will tell you the titled legs that you need in order to reach each of these ranks. Okay, you still will make your 25% in personal commission, or 30 or 35% based on your sales volume each month. Your levels, level 1 commission is capped out at 9%. Your level 2 commission is capped out at 5%. Level 3 and level 4 are also capped out at 2%. You still get your enrollment bonus, and every single level in the ambassador phase will get an advancement bonus. As you can see at ambassador, you will earn a $750 bonus. All the way up to diamond ambassador where you'll earn $7,000 bonus. That's huge. You can also see at gold ambassador, you can start qualifying for our car program. You also will begin earning generation overrides at your ambassador ranks. We will go up to 4 generation overrides at Diamond Ambassador. And what a generation override does is, so anybody under your first executive director would be considered in your first generation. Anyone below your second executive director would be your second generation, and so forth. And so you'll earn 3%, an additional 3% on anybody under your first executive director for your ambassador, for your generation 1 override. And again, that goes up to 4 generations. Also, at the Diamond Ambassador level, you will start earning a 1% Turbo Infinity bonus. And that kicks in when you have people outside of your 4th generation, under your 4th generation, and you will earn 1% on all of them to infinity. And if you guys can imagine how huge that can be when your team is of this size, that can be massive. So we'll field questions now on the ambassador phase of our comp plan. Does anyone have any questions? I'm going to have to watch my pillow.
Okay, Mandy asks, how many titled legs were there? So, Mandy, you can get to the top of our comp plan with 6 active legs, or 6 active growing legs. So, starting at team director and up, you just need 6 active legs, and then they start adding in titles per leg. But at any given rank, you only need 6 titled legs, or up to 6 titled legs.
Yes, when they were looking at redoing our comp plan, they actually stuck with what we had been taught at Quan, which was 6 legs, 5 deep to start with. Of course, you want to build it to China, but 6 legs. So you can still get to the top of our comp plan with 6 legs. Does anybody have any other questions?
Who's excited about the... Okay, so Amanda asked, she's for more detail on what the advancement bonus is. So it's pretty simple. The first time you hit that rank, you get the advancement bonus, whatever that bonus is. So the first month you get ambassador, you're getting an extra $750 in your commission check. And the first month you hit diamond ambassador, it'll top you up to $7,000 that month.
Whack it.
Does that help? Great. Yeah, but it's really cool. It's really generous too. Who's excited to learn more about the car program? Mandy is.
Yeah, Tanya says she.
Anybody else? And Amanda and Cara.
All right.
We only have 4 people who want the car. Wow.
But Tanya says she wants a car too, Alan. Make that 5. All right, well, we're going to talk about the transition plan first. So you guys are going to have to wait just a little bit longer to find out more about the car bonus. Okay, so our transition plan, this is how our comp plan is going to transition smoothly from Simply Aroma to Purely. So as we transition to Purely's new compensation plan, the monthly personal volume required to remain active and earn each title will increase in stages over the next year. So what we showed you guys so far tonight has been the maximum amount. So don't get too nervous. The amounts in the transition plan are much lower. The team volume and team structure requirements will remain the same throughout transition. The 6-month rolling activity amount will remain at $150. That's the amount required to remain a consultant or an advisor. So that will be a 6-month rolling period for that. The back office will remain optional at $9.95 a month, and the replicated website will remain free during the transition period. So here you guys see for each rank what the volume, the set personal sales volume requirement will be to hit that rank, and also to be determined to be quote unquote active each month. So as you can see, at the advisor level for February 2016, which is this month, to be considered an advisor, you need to do $100 in personal sales. That's the same for Silver Advisor. It goes up to $200 for Gold Advisor. Once you get to the Director phases, it hits $250, and it stays $250 for February 2016 all the way up to Diamond Ambassador. We start raising the amount slowly each month as the year goes on. So I'll give you guys just a couple minutes to kind of sit with this slide and take it in a little bit.
Hey Liz, if you jump forward, yeah. So each month we're going to post this image with the current month circled or squared, I guess, rectangle maybe, in red to make it really clear what personal volume requirements are in play for the given month. And if you flip forward one more slide, that makes it a little easier to see what it is for this month for the advisor level.
Thank you, Alan. So for this month, if you're going for a Platinum Advisor, you're going to want to make sure that you are doing $200 in personal sales, and then that you've got the structure underneath you that you need to hit that rank. Okay, so we're going to talk a little bit about the term active, because before, active used to mean just somebody who had done 150 in a 6-month period. The word active now will refer to your month-to-month performance with Purely. So for an advisor to become considered active, they must meet the minimum requirements for the representative rank that's shown in the compensation plan or the transition plan this year. Advisors have got to be active to earn downline commissions. Okay, let's talk about canceled. So advisors that don't do a minimum amount of work in their business can be canceled. And when somebody is canceled, they're removed from the organization and they lose their downline. So in order to remain or not get canceled, you need to do 150 in personal sales in a rolling 6-month period. So a rolling 6-month period would be, each month you need to make sure that for the past 6 months you've done at least 150 in personal sales volume. And then in February 2017, we're going to have a $750 yearly requirement starting in February 2017. Now, if someone gets canceled because they have not done the minimum amount of work in their business, so for example, if you haven't reached your 150 in a rolling 6-month period, you cannot rejoin with a free kit. And if you want to rejoin under a different sponsor, you have to wait for at least 6 months before you can rejoin under somebody different. Now, I will say, okay, we won't go to that yet. I will say that if someone is deactivated because they didn't hit their 150, they can rejoin under the same sponsor immediately, but they will not get a free kit. So I hope that answers everybody's questions on that. Okay, so this little chart here gives us an idea of what the rolling 6-month periods are. So you want to make sure that for each 6-month period you've met your 150 minimum so that they don't deactivate you. And then remember, in February of 2017, that goes to a 750 requirement for the year. Alan, have we got this chart posted in the team group already?
Not yet, no.
Okay, I think we need to post this chart in the team group for everybody to have as an easy reference.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. All right, are there any questions about the transition plan or anything that we've talked about thus far?
I have a question about the 750 requirement.
Okay.
I don't know if it was in the back office. I was looking at it and it was kind of getting confusing. So it'll be from February 1st, 2017 to February 1st, 2018 for the 750, correct?
It's going to be.
Go ahead, Alan.
That's going to be a rolling 12-month period. So at the end of February 2017, it'll look back 12 months, and you'll have to have done 750 in that period. Then at the end of March 2017, it'll look back 12 months. So basically, at the end of February 2017, we're going to change from 150 in a rolling 6-month period to 750 in a rolling 12-month period.
Okay, so that's what I'm confused about. So right now we need to start doing the $750, correct? Because if it's going to look back 12 months from February 1st, 2017, right?
Well, yes, and anything you do now will count towards that, yes.
Okay.
But you don't have to do $750 this month because it'll take into account, March, April, May, and so on.
Okay, all right. Thank you.
You're welcome. So the reason, one of the reasons that this has increased is because the nature of our business is changing. So up until now, we've had a compensation plan that has kind of enabled people to sit back and do not very much of anything. So people would buy their own little oils and they'd potter around, and they wouldn't actually be out building the business. And people who were building the business ended up losing customers left, right, and center because the customers would just join Simply Aroma to get the discount. So if we flash forward, 5 or 10 years down the line with that model in place, nobody would have any customers because all customers would have just enrolled. So this way, we are making sure that the people who are remaining in the business are the people who are actually working the business and out there sharing the products and having the parties and sharing pure perks with people and enrolling them. And that's why, for example, we have the stair-stepping PSV requirements for particular ranks, because we don't want people getting really high in our comp plan who are just sitting on an auto ship and not doing a tap to build a business or to help the people under them. We want everybody out there talking the talk, but also walking the walk, doing the parties, enrolling people in perks, and so on. And in recognition of this kind of fundamental shift in compensation plans, that's why we've got this transition plan, because corporate recognize that it's going to take us a while to build up our Pure Perks customer base and to get into the good habit of having 4 to 8 parties every month. So I'm very thankful to corporate that they didn't just flip the switch and make it very difficult for us to change our the way we all operate. So it's a little scary, it's a little exciting, but the transition plan makes it absolutely doable. If we're enrolling one new person each month into Pure Perks, after 10 months, we've got $600 volume before we party each month and before we even get out of bed each month. It's incredibly empowering.
Hey, Alan, this is Sherry.
Hey, Sherry.
Hey, that is a little confusing, though. We might want to make sure that people understand that, because some people will be waiting until February to start making their $750, and then all of a sudden they have to, do $750 in volume.
Well, yes and no. The reason I say no is because every rolling 6-month period, you're going to have done your $150. So, for example, if you look at this graph, if you go between now and August without doing any work, you're going to be cancelled because you've gone 7 months without doing $150 in volume.
Oh, I understand. I got you now.
And the other thing as well is that if you are sitting in the business for 5 months or 11 months and you're not doing any volume, you're not being a product of the product. You're not using oils. You're not using our soaps and our beauty products, and you're not out sharing it. So you probably shouldn't be in the business if that's you. You're probably better off as a Pure Perks customer or even as a hostess if you're not going to be using our own products every month. This is, in general, this isn't directed at you, Sherry, because I know you're out there working it every day. But yeah, so one analogy that I heard for direct sales is that we have a revolving door. Just as important as getting new people into the building is developing the people while they're in the building and keeping the good ones in the building, but also keeping that door revolving and getting the bad ones out. The people who aren't doing anything, and that's what the this rolling 6 and 12-month period for cancellations aims to do. It encourages people to get in and work the business, because if they don't work the business, they're not getting any value or benefit from it.
Right, I understand now. I just, the way it was before, I had a lot of people say, oh, I have to buy $150 now to stay in the business, but now the way it works, they can't do that anymore. So I got you.
Great.
Now, if they get canceled, does that cancel their Pure Perks too? Or does it just cancel them as an advisor or rep? Or do they still remain in the Pure Perks as the customer?
So yes is the answer. But if you look at it, if you're doing the minimum each month of perks, if you're doing $60, 6/12 is $720, which is just below the $750 threshold.
Yeah.
So if over the course of an entire year, the only volume you've done has been your own personal purchases, then you're not really an advisor. You're not building the business. You're a customer, which is great.
Exactly.
So in that case, you will your advisorship or TUD or whatever the correct noun is, your advisorness would be cancelled, but you'd remain a Pure Perks customer. and you'd become a Pure Perks customer of whoever your upline was.
Yeah. So basically, if someone is an advisor and they become deactivated because of inactivity, then their Pure Perks account rolls up to the next person in line above them. So, for example, if you have someone who's directly under you and they're on Pure Perks as an advisor, but then they go inactive as a result of not doing enough volume, then their Pure Perks account rolls up under you, and so their volume would now count as
Their
your
customer.
personal volume.
Okay.
Yes.
That's kind of what I was
Yes.
wondering. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was a good question. Are there any other questions?
There's one. Mandy asked, excuse me. Mandy asked, what happens if someone in your upline gets cancelled?
Then go ahead, Alan. I'll let you answer.
Sure. So the exact same thing as if somebody in your downline gets cancelled. You would just roll up to the next available active consultant that's in your upline. So right now, for example, there's a lot of people who are going to get cancelled because our activity policy is being enforced. And if say Annie sponsored Betty and Betty sponsored Cindy, and Betty gets cancelled because she decided she didn't want to work the business, then Cindy would roll up to be the front line of Annie. Does that make sense, Mandy? Mandy says yes. Great.
Okay, great questions, everybody. I'm loving this. I love the questions. It means that you guys are thinking about it and you're digesting it, and that's fantastic. So please keep the questions coming as if you have any. Are there any other questions on the transition plan and the rolling 6-month periods?
Okay, there's nothing typed in, but I'm sensing people are saying, hurry up and tell me about the car.
Okay, well, we'll move on then. All right, our car program. Okay, as you can see, we are going to have the ability to earn ourselves a Mercedes. You can choose between the two. You can get the SUV or not. You can get the sporty looking little thing. It just depends on what you prefer. Okay, there's not a lot of information on this, so I will just give you what I know. You start earning this at Gold Ambassador. You earn $700 per month. It can be banked, which means that you don't have to go out right away and get a car loan as soon as you qualify, that you can save it up for a sizable down payment or even to pay it off in full if you want to. At Gold Advisor, it's kind of a middle step up from Gold Advisor. It is actually, you have to have $50,000 in team volume is where you start earning this car bonus. Am I forgetting anything, Alan? I feel like I am.
Yes. So when you're a Gold Ambassador, when your team volume hits $50,000, you'll start earning $700 a month toward your car. However, you have to earn it for 3 months before they start paying it out. Now, it does get banked in that period, but purely don't want you to go out and get a car loan when you hit a rank, and then if you miss it the next month, you're going to be saddled with that car loan. So they want us to be responsible and make sure we're not going to get ourselves into trouble. So your first 3 months that you're a Gold Ambassador with team volume of more than 50,000, you're going to bank that $700 each month, and then on month 4 you can take out the loan and get the car, and it'll be paid every month or every month onwards. Or like Elizabeth said, you have the option of banking that and building up a nice lump sum for a down payment, or even you can bank it for a number of months and then pay it all at once if you so choose.
Thank you, Alan.
So who's excited about the car?
I am. Tanya says she is.
Mandy says me.
Good. You know,
Amanda says
honestly,
me with fewer exclamation marks.
honestly, Alan, I would love it if we had a lot of Mercedes owners on the team. I think that would be so much fun.
You can organize a little road trip down to Mobile.
Well, yeah,
and
we could
just,
all hear
at home office.
Yep. Awesome. All right. Moving on to Pure Perks. Pure Perks is customer creating, referral generating, personal volume game changer. Say that 5 times real fast. Okay. So you guys have seen a lot about Pure Perks, and we just really wanted to go through it with you guys to make sure that there are no questions and there's no confusion about it. Pure Perks is going to be a game changer for all of us, because if you can imagine that you've got somebody who is getting 40% back and saving also 10% off the top every single month on the things that they purchase, they're not going to get their oils from anywhere else. So this is going to be a total game changer for all of us. If you can get 12, is it 12, Alan? No, 20. If you can get 20 Pure Perks customers within this next year, you're going to be set. As long as you keep trying to add to that, try to keep getting 1 or 2 new ones each month, by the end of this year, you're going to have a very strong business. So
excellent.
You can save 10% off of the retail price on all purchases through Pure Perks. You get free shipping, earn 20 to 40% back in purely cash rewards. Every time that you refer someone to the Pure Perks program, so every time you personally sign someone up into Pure Perks, you're going to get $20 in purely cash rewards too in your Pure Perks account. This is huge also because your customers can refer people. And your customer, if they refer someone, will get the $20 cash Pure Perks or Pure Cash rewards. Excuse me, I cannot talk tonight, y'all. Anyway, so it's an easy, never forget auto ship. And the longer that people stay on it, the more perks they're going to get. Okay. Alan, did you have anything you wanted to add on that slide?
Well, I was going to say that this is incredible, because if you have a customer and they refer somebody, both of them count towards your personal volume, and you get paid on both of them. So if I enroll Amanda in Pure Perks, and then she shares it with 2 of her friends, and they both enroll, then there's 3 people now on Pure Perks, and I've only actually signed one of them up. But if they're each doing, say, $60 a month, that's $180 volume each month, every month, because they're not going to get off this program once they start getting their 20 to 40% back. And they're going to be out there using the products and sharing the products, because we've got the best essential oils on the planet. Excuse my French.
Thank you. All right. I'll let you talk about this one, Alan. Go ahead.
Okay. So if we as advisors want to use Pure Perks, which we all absolutely do because we use our own products, we just become our own customers. So there's no special advisor with perks notion or anything like that. We'll just sign up as our own customers we'll set up our Pure Perks auto shipment in the back office, and we're going to get 10% off the top, plus we're going to get our 20 to 40% back in, excuse me, in rewards. Plus, if we're active, we're also going to get paid commission on what we spend. So this, no matter what you do, this is absolutely better than buying from yourself at wholesale, which we're going to no longer be able to do. So with wholesale, you get 25% off the top. With perks, instead, you're going to get 10% off the top, plus 20 to 40% back. And then if you're active, you're also going to get 25% back of whatever your out-of-pocket was. So this is incredible. It's an amazing gift to us all, for products that we'd be buying and using anyway. Is this me again?
Sure.
Okay, and this is a slide that we stole from Kelly, unashamedly, and this just illustrates what we said earlier on, that you are your own Pure Perks customer, and which means that every time you enroll somebody, you get $20 in rewards, because any customer who enrolls another customer gets $20. And as you can see, there's no limit to this. If you refer 100 people to Pure Perks and they sign up, you will get 100 times 20 worth of rewards, not to mention an incredible amount of personal volume. And then we see here on the bottom left where each branch can grow out and out, build a tree down under it, and each one of those, whoever sponsor or whoever refers the customer to Pure Perks gets the $20 reward. But every single one of them, we got an angry dog. But every single one of them counts towards your personal volume for your rank, and also your personal commission check. So this is what was it? A volume generating, referral creating game changer to your business. Okay, and we have a slide here for Q&A, and the only bad question is the one you didn't ask. Unless you ask, what does purple taste like? That's a bad question too. So who has questions?
Do you have any questions?
I mean, the goal is to get your customers to do the volume in the Pure Perks. But if they don't, how does that work? Like if they take a month and they're like, I can't afford anything this month, how does that work down the line? Is there a minimum they have to spend to be a Pure Perks customer?
Yes, I didn't actually copy the small print. So so each month, if you place an order that is $60 or more, you earn perks on that order. You can place multiple orders. You can place, your regularly scheduled $60 a month shipment. But then if you decide, oh my God, I want that Valentine's kit. Actually, no, you can't get packages sales. Right? So if you decide that you want something extra in a particular month, you can just create another Pure Perks order and place it, and if it's over $60, you'll earn the perks on it. Now the flip side of that is, in any given month, if you decide, well, I can't do it this month, or you know what, I just don't need it this month, you can drop down to do $30 in volume, and $30 keeps your place in Pure Perks. So you'll keep all the points you've accrued, and you'll also maintain your current position along that 12-month scale for your rewards. If you drop below $30, so if you don't place an order for $30 more in a month, then you lose your position on the 12-month scale, and you also lose your accrued points. So it's just like any other reward system. There is a minimum monthly amount that you need to do to retain your position.
So 30 is the minimum.
Yeah. Thank you, Alan.
Okay, we have a question in the chat, I think. So if you have somebody who enrolls somebody into perks, do you get paid on it? No. So just the person who made the referral. So if Amanda is an advisor and she's her own perks customer and she enrolls Betty, then Amanda gets the $20 for enrolling Betty. If Betty enrolls Cindy, then Betty will get the $20. But both Betty and Cindy's volume counts towards Amanda's PSV requirements for rank and also towards her commission check. So think of it as kind of like a finder's fee. You can hear the dog panting.
I'm sorry, Shirley's petting him and he's smiling at her.
Does anybody else have any questions for us?
I have a question about how the rewards work.
Okay.
I know there's a certain amount of time, I can't remember, I don't have it in front of me, that we have to wait before we can start using the rewards. So how does the rewards work as far as the 20% off? How do you claim those rewards, or how can you use them?
Okay, so it's 20% back rather than 20% off. So say for example, I put $100 worth of product into my cart. I will pay only 90 because I get 10% off the top, and I will earn 20% of that 90 back in perks. So I'll earn 18 points back. And you have to wait 65 days before you can cash them out. Or sorry, you have to be in perks for 65 days before you can start cashing them out. And they'll build up, and they're like dollar for dollar valued. So on month one, if I did 90 out of pocket, I'd get 18 points back. If I was 12 months in and I was at the 40% level, I'd earn 40% of 90, which is 36 points back. So then if I've earned over the course of time 100 points back, I can go to the perks redemption catalog and put $100 worth of product into my cart and check out and use the points to pay for that.
Okay, that makes sense. Thank you.
You're welcome. And just for completeness sake, if, for example, my cart is $110 and I only have 100 points, I have the option of paying the extra $10, so that I can get everything that I want.
Also, Alan, we might want to touch on the maximum amount of points that can accrue, as well as the maximum amount that you can redeem each month.
Yes, I don't have those figures to hand, so you'll need to give me a quick moment to find that. Mandy asked, so for the $60 auto ship for perks, you get $12 back, but you have to wait 65 days to use it, correct? That is almost correct. So you put $60 worth of product in your cart, so you're actually only paying $54. So you'll get 20% of 54, which is, come on brain, somewhere around $11.50. And then yes, you have to be enrolled in perks for 65 days before you can start redeeming the points that you've earned.
Hey, Alan, Tom just asked to replace SOP.
Yes, so existing SOPs will be honored. So if you're on the $100 SOP, for example, you'll continue getting the new and random pack that has about $145 worth of product in it. However, that's no longer the best deal. You really want to go ahead and create your own perks order for $100 or the 145, whatever it is, because you get control over what you choose rather than it being a set pack each month. And then you're also earning, you're getting the 10% off the top, you're earning 20 to 40% back, and if you're active, you'll also be getting the commission on that. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Great. Aaron asked, I'm just double checking, at some point we will no longer be able to purchase products at wholesale. That is correct, that's my understanding. I think it's just it's a lower priority than getting the other stuff rolled out. So I believe corporates are trying to do right by us and making sure that they're getting the Pure Perk system up and running before they take wholesale away. That's what my guess would be. But wholesale will be going away. It's just not done yet. Okay. Mandy asks, is there any way to use the points on Pure Perks towards the $60 auto ship? There is not. So you need to be doing your auto ship for cash, or not for cash, for off your card, and then you'll redeem your points to, as different products. Okay. Now, if you log into, actually, does anybody have any more questions?
Were you able to find the max amounts?
Yes, I was just going to talk about that.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Great. So when you log into your back office, you'll notice that there are a few more extra tiles on your homepage when you get in. And you're going to want to look at the right-hand side, up at the top. There are two new tiles or panels there. The first is the new comp plan, and there is a link that takes you to the new comp plan. It also has the transition plan in there and goes through the definitions that we took. So for the advisor, director, ambassador level, as well as the comp plan slides, all of that information is contained in that 3-page document outlining the important points on the transition. On the next new panel then, it's the Pure Perks enrollment panel. At the bottom of that panel, there is a link to the full details, excuse me, for Pure Perks, including the terms and conditions. So there is a $200 maximum monthly credit accumulation limit, which means you need to spend your points before you get to 200. Because if you go over 200, you'll lose them. And then the other question was, how many can you spend in a month? The maximum number of points you can spend in any given month is 100.
Thank you, Alan.
Okay, now, you're welcome. Kara says, so we could recoup some cost of what we buy through Pure Perks by selling some of the items. However, we may decrease our chance to meet our monthly minimums. So Pure Perks, the products that we get on Pure Perks, they're not for resale. I believe they're actually going to have, items not for resale on the actual labels. So the goal for Pure Perks is not, Purely do not want us to buy product that we don't need. They don't want us to buy ranks. They don't really want us to buy stock and be sitting on it, because that's money out of your pocket, that's money out of your family's pocket, that is taken from you, and it's sitting there in stock and inventory, and that doesn't serve you. So really, Pure Perks is designed for customers. It's for what you personally, you and your family will use each month. It's not really intended as a way for you to buy and stockpile items for sale, because that doesn't serve you well. The Simply Roma's goal, or sorry, Purely's goal, is not to get people to buy product they don't need and sit on it for some rainy day, if that makes sense. Okay, great. Thanks, Cara. Okay, Amanda asks, I wonder why they took away what our current month PV and TV is of homepage. The reason for that, Amanda, is because we are getting a shiny, splinky, fabulous new panel on the dashboard, which has much more detailed and much more useful information. I don't believe I can tell you any more than that.
No. I'm going to stop you before you start.
Okay. So it's gone because it's going to be replaced with something better. Amanda can't wait. Me too. It's really awesome. Okay, does anybody else have any questions for us tonight? Okay, we had another question. If you're at month 13 on Pure Perks, you get 40% back in rewards. What percentage are you getting off the top? Is it still 10%? That's correct. So for month 13 onwards, if you have $100 worth of product, you're still paying $90 and you're getting $36 back in perks. Does that make sense, Mandy? So if you think about this, okay, so Mandy says, yes, so of the $60 auto ship, you pay $54 and get $21.60 back. You get $21.60 points back. So that's not cash in your commission check. That is points. Okay, yeah, you understand that. Cool, I was just making sure. So think of this from your customer's perspective. If they have $60 worth of stuff that they need each month, they're going to have $24 dollars worth of points to spend each month on new things for them to try. So as we roll out more and more new products, you might have somebody who just has an auto ship for, say, olive oil and Immerse, because they're only interested in carriers. And if they keep on getting that month after month, first of all, they love it. They're using it and they're sharing it with their friends. But they're also accumulating points that they're going to spend on other products. So they might decide that, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and try some of the bath bombs this month. What the heck, they're free. So they might try it and they might love it, and who knows, they might create, they might bump up their regular order to include that. So the Pure Perks reward, it's a great way not only to get people locked into our products, which they're going to love, it's also going to encourage them to start trying new products that we carry. And yeah, as you know, we're now in 6 vertical markets. We are going to continue expanding our lines. It's exciting. It's really exciting. Okay, I hear whispering. Speak up.
Sorry, we're trying to figure out what the sound is.
Does anybody else have any questions for us? Okay, there was one more. Are the customers still earning points if they're on 30? No, they are not, Mandy. So you only earn points on orders that are $60 or more. When you're on the between 30 and 59, all you're doing is just maintaining your points and maintaining your month that you're on. Okay, great. Amanda says, great call. Thank you, Liz and Al. You're welcome, Amanda. Hopefully it was useful. We are going to cut this presentation into a series of smaller videos that you guys will be able to refer to and digest on your own time and share with your teams. That will likely not happen within the next 2 weeks, however.
No.
Because next weekend, everybody's doing their Purely relaunch, right?
That's right.
Mandy, if you log into your back office, you can get the high quality PDF for the Pure Perks. The image that we took for the slide here is actually the top half of that flyer. So you'll get all the information if you log into your back office, and on the Pure Perks panel on your homepage, it's right on the right-hand side, almost slap dab in the middle of the screen. Erin's excited for her first launch party. Awesome, Erin. You have joined at an incredibly exciting time in our business. Great, Mandy. Mandy found the Pure Perks link.
If you guys think of any other questions after the call is over, feel free to pop them into the Frank and Sensible group and we will answer them for you. That way everybody can get the benefit of those answers and questions too. Y'all have had some fantastic questions tonight.
Okie dokie. Well, I guess that's it. Thank you, everybody, for spending some of your Friday evening with us. I hope you have a fantastic weekend. And have a good one.
Thank y'all.